don't have to explain anything to anybody, and if you think that I'm a hoe, then I'm a hoe. I'm all you say I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. I've never been one to care what people think or feel about me, because quite frankly, it's just not my business. So think about that before you type your nasty comment or you take time out of your day to worry about my life instead of worrying about yours. You know what I'm saying? I personally just don't care what people think about me, because you shouldn't be thinking about me at all. And that's just how I feel. You know what I mean? Like, hey y'all, thanks for tuning your screen to another J Dream. I know it's been a long time and I do apologize for that. I'll explain in another video, I promise. It's been a lot. It has been. But I'm back now and I have enough, you know, content that, you know, it'll keep me around consistently. So never fear, Jayla's here, right? Okay, cool. So yeah, I want to get straight into what this video is about, because it is, I feel like, you know, one of those topics that a lot of people are very interested about. And of course there are a whole bunch of other videos on YouTube that kind of talk about it, but what makes what my video is about to be unique is the fact that not only do I not really have a following on like any of my social media or platforms, I didn't really promote like I could have. So, you know, the amount of money that I have and the amount of time that I've been doing it is decent, you know, keeping in mind those factors. So before I go any further, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, so when I do put out that consistent content that I was just talking about, no longer, you know, being gone for years at a time, you will know immediately. As soon as it's posted, you will get a notification. And yeah, without further ado, OnlyFans. Oh yeah, by the way, I did put on red lipstick on purpose. You know, this conversation, this content, this discussion, it's giving very Scarlet Letter-ish, you know what I'm saying? Because people always think they're holier than thou, and think they can judge you and condemn you for the things that you do with your life, your body, whatever the case may be. So, you know, just play up on that. Right, okay, carry on. So, how and why I started OnlyFans. So to make a long story short, I was talking to this guy and he kind of like brought it up. So I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I definitely was thinking about it. I definitely was doing research about it, and eventually he ended up bringing it up, and it came, this whole little thing came about where he was like, I need 20%, I need to see everything that you post before you post it, I need your password. Long story short, the next day I ended up just deleting it. The first time around, it typically takes you about 24 to 48 hours to get verified. The first time that I created my OnlyFans account, I got verified within like an hour. It must have been a slow day or something, but I got verified very quickly. But you know, that situation happened, and not only was it like, okay, let me just delete it to appease him, it was also kind of like I wasn't even necessarily very confident in doing it in the first place. So I was just like, you know what, delete, you know. But I had already put the link in my Twitter bio. In my actual Twitter bio, I had already put the link, and even though I deleted the initial account, I kept the link in my Twitter bio. So remember that for later. I decided, like I said, you know, I don't have a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? These pictures are going to get taken anyway. They're not getting sent to him. I don't, you know, I talk to one person at a time. So, you know, who else would they go to? You know, I'm not going to let them go to waste. Like, and these are pictures that girls be posting on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter for free. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that you can see at the beach, at a pool party. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on there showing a whole bunch of super private things. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, if I can get paid for showing just a little bit more than what I typically would, it was just kind of like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? And my main reason for why not was I don't have a boyfriend. So that's the main reason why I started. All in all, it's like I said, I take these pictures anyway. Like, I am that confident that you know, right now when I get finished making this video, I'm gonna take some pictures, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna flick it up, and guess where that content is gonna go? On my OnlyFans, because I'm filming myself, and I know there's some guys out there that's gonna film me too, okay? You feel me? All right, so yeah, I feel like if you have secret admirers, or maybe not so secret admirers, guys that are, you know, typically always in your DM, whether they're talking to themselves or whether you kind of just do like a little slight flirt back, but you never really give them a real time of day. You know, if you have guys like that in your life, like, or you don't ever typically post anything like too revealing, bra and underwear or your bathing suit, bikini, or anything like that, like, there are, I can tell you, I can promise you, there are guys out there that kind of want to know what you look like. They imagine what you look like in your lingerie, or what, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be butt naked on there to give them that, you know? And that's another reason why I was like, why not? I did a lot of research before I started it, and the main thing I looked up was, how do I make money without having to be nude? So if you're confident enough in yourself, your body, your picture taking abilities, like, you know what I'm saying, like, listen, sign up. Also, another reason why I was like, why not, is because it was like, I know I have a really big butt. Not a really big butt, like, there are bigger butts out in the world, but I know I have a really great butt. So, and I know that there are guys out there that really like butts. So everybody has one of those kind of like Pornhub categories that they own as an asset, whether you're a redhead, whether you're Asian, whether you have big boobs, whether you got a big butt, like, you have something that you can capitalize and monetize on. And like I said, you know what I'm saying, like, you can walk down the pier at a beach with a thong on, a bikini on, whatever, and people are going to be looking at that for free, you know? You could take a nice little cute picture as if you were out on the beach and get paid for that. You feel me? You feel me? So you see why I be saying why not? Anyway, why not? Now I want to kind of go over what you can post versus what I and what most people on there post. And I'm going to start off by using like my favorite stripper analogy, because OnlyFans is not the first kind of like sex work thing I've considered. Like, I've considered being a stripper before, and closed-minded people and people, the same people that would comment on this and be like, you a hoe and you wow for doing OnlyFans and stuff like that, they don't realize that, like, stripping, first of all, I can do whatever I want to do with my body, okay? Why it concerns you is very concerning to me. Like, what somebody else does with their body should not concern you so much that you have so much to say. But anyway, I have kind of dreamt of being a stripper before because I just find their athleticism so amazing. In other countries, it is looked at as like,
y'all finished or y'all done?
It's looked at as like a form of exercise, but here in America it's like over sexualized and it's taboo to talk about or do. Bro, I'm starting with this analogy to say there are people on there that are the full-blown, I get completely naked and pop my pussy in a handstand OnlyFans account. There are people on there that have accounts like that. There are people who's on OnlyFans being that kind of stripper, and then there are people on OnlyFans who are just showing off their craft. Y'all know there's strippers that don't really take off too much. They just have like a kind of cute little short revealing outfit on, but they do a whole bunch of tricks. They don't have to get naked, because what they're doing on the pole, all their tricks and, you know, their muscles and their technique is speaking out for them so much that they don't have to take nothing off and twerk, you know what I'm saying? Whereas some other strippers, because they're not as technical, they have to rely on being naked and twerking. And with that being said, you don't have to post anything sexual on there. Not only do you not have to be nude on there, you don't have to post anything sexual at all. You don't have to post no thirst traps, no suggestives, no nothing, no nudes, no lewds. You don't have to do anything like that. I know a couple of my friends that are hairstylists. If you typically on your Instagram or Twitter or whatever post the final look of what the hairstyle came out to look like, you can use OnlyFans as a way to sell the more in-depth content. So like, you know, while you're only posting the finished look on Instagram, you can record the whole installation of the hair, the wig, whatever the case may be, and put that on your OnlyFans and charge people, maybe aspiring hairstylists, or maybe, you know, girls that just want to do their own hair and want to know how to do it, whatever the case may be, can pay to see that whole video, to see how you got to the finished product that you put on Instagram. You feel me? Or if you cook, you post stuff on Instagram, you cook, or you post music, you know what I'm saying? You can put exclusive breakdown, how-tos or instructionals or whatever on how you did it, how you got to that point on your OnlyFans, and charge extra money for it. So you do not have to be on there like, you know? And if you are, that's great, that's cool, that's what you know what I'm saying, that's your business. Nobody should really have anything to say about that. So that's what you can post on there. Now what most people are, and what I am posting on there, is the thirst traps, the, you know, monetizing my body, because I have a great body. What I do, your typical bra and underwear pictures, or your typical bikini, you know, bathing suit pictures, or whatever the case may be, just in positions or poses that are play up your frame, and that play up your shape, and that play up the sexualness of it. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be, like I said, like, you know, but it could be, instead of like sitting like this, just the slightest, you know, in a bra and underwear. And it's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff that I suggest you post on your regular feed. J. Cole said, sexy but never show too much. That's what you want to think about when you're posting on your feed, especially if you don't set your subscription price at a very high price, because people are willing to pay lower amounts to get into your page, and then you don't want them to have access to your most wildest pictures and your most revealing pictures for only $7, $5, $3, whatever you set your price at. You know what I'm saying? You want to, what I think about is, you know, because it's not that expensive to get into my page, if the main things that you can see were to get out, would I care? And the answer is no. I keep these things in mind before I post anything. With that being said though, in the messages, at my own discretion, I might send something a little bit more revealing, a little bit more, you know, sexual, but for an extra price. And I want to state right here, right now, there are certain things that I just won't do. And I'll talk about that briefly at the end. But there are just certain things that I won't do, and I suggest that you set boundaries for yourself before you even, you know, sign up. You know, make sure that you know that there are things that you won't do, and that you set those boundaries for yourself, and you're prepared to tell people what you will and won't do. So there will be things in the messages that I am a little bit more comfortable sending, just because, first of all, you can't see it until you pay for it, okay? And what I do is I watermark the things that are a little bit more risque. I watermark them, and I watermark them in different places. So, you know, if one picture, video, whatever was to get out, I can go back and I can pinpoint which watermarked video in which area of the watermark, or whatever the case may be, who put that out, and I can go back and pin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a risk that you take, but you know what I'm saying, you're covered. You're, you know, legally, people cannot do that. You're protected in OnlyFans. People can screenshot, people can, you know what I'm saying, but you're protected. So just be smart about it. If y'all want a more in-depth video about things like that, like watermarking and private messages and stuff like that, I'll make it, but separately. But for this video, I did want to strictly just talk about how I made X, Y, and Z amount in the short period of time that I made, without a following, honestly, and without real promotion. So basically, before you even want to start promoting, sis, you want to make sure, or bro, sis or bro, because they on there getting their coin too, okay? Anyway, before you start promoting, you want to make sure that a good profile picture, a good header picture, it looks like Twitter basically. A good profile picture, a good header picture, a very detailed but not too detailed bio, a few pictures and videos, and a decent subscription price that reflects, you know, that you're new and what kind of stuff you'll be posting. So as far as the good profile picture, and I'll put mine up here. This is my profile picture. Like I said earlier, everybody has a characteristic or asset that they can capitalize or monetize on. If you're unsure, go to like a porn site and look at their categories and think about all the things that you have that apply to you. You know what I'm saying? And you can capitalize on that. Feet are one of them. You can just be on there selling feet. You don't ever even have to show your face. There are people who actually don't ever show their face or their real name. You know what I'm saying? You can sign up and nobody ever has to know you have an OnlyFans. And that's how I started out. I had about 13 fans before I mentioned it to any of my actual platforms. So it's possible. Like, you can not ever show your face. You can blur out your face if you want. You can put the name as something completely different. Like, you do not ever have, nobody ever has to know you have an OnlyFans, or nobody ever has to know who's behind your OnlyFans. But should you choose to put your face in it, or whatever the case may be, you know, you have your profile picture, you have your header picture. I chose to just capitalize on my butt because that's the biggest thing that I'm going to be showing off on my OnlyFans, because hello, it's a nice butt. My header picture is just, quite simply put, unapologetic content. Like, savage, not sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to please you. This content is not here for you if you are judgmental. If you are, you know what I'm saying? It's a warning. It's a warning sign, for real. Don't come any further. Don't subscribe. Don't do, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be offended, because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that was much better than any other picture I could have ever put. I also just don't like the aesthetic of a picture of yourself as your header and a picture of your profile picture. I mean, a picture of yourself as your profile picture. Aesthetically, it just looks like too much of you. And I don't like seeing myself that much. So that's why it's an issue for me. But I've seen some people pull it off really, really well. So just make sure it's good. Make sure both, because you have to think about it. All they see is your profile picture, your header picture, and your bio, and how much content you have, how many people are liking it, or whatever the case may be, like your media account. So you have to make sure that from jump, when they come onto your page, they're enticed, they're teased. They want to know, like, well, if I subscribe, what more am I going to get? You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind when you're setting your page up. Your bio, you want to make sure that you put something that explains exactly what you have going on once they subscribe, but you don't want to be too like specific about what you don't do on there. So, you know, and you can copy and paste my bio if you want. I've changed it around, adapted, amended it a million times since I've started my page. I finally settled on this. You want to make sure, you know, you put, do you post daily content? Are you on there doing things with other girls? You know, are you fetish friendly? Do you take custom requests? Some people put their tip menu in their bio, so you know from jump before you subscribe to me what I offer and how much for. You know, I did a lot of research. I cannot stress this enough. I did a lot of research. A lot of girls, I went through a lot of girls' pages. I just looked at their bios, looked what they had at their profile pictures and their headers and stuff like that. I just looked at several different girls and kind of just, you know, drew from that. And also subscribe to a lot of free girls, just so I can see visually what they're doing, what they're willing to charge for certain things, and you know what I'm saying, just to get an idea, just to help me guide my prices, what I'm willing to post. You know, you also kind of want to be cryptic about it though. Like with mine, I have exclusive pictures or whatever the case may be. Like, exclusive can mean anything, you know what I'm saying? Exclusive to Johnny can mean nudes, but exclusive to Robert could just mean thirst traps. I didn't specify though, so Johnny could very well subscribe thinking, oh, I'm about to get nudes, exclusive nudes from Jay Dreamin', from Jade the Dream. But honey, I never said that. I just said exclusive. So, you know, if he comes and DMs me and he's like, yo, let me see the nudes, let me see you bust it wide open and bring it back and this, that, and the third, you know, he can't be mad at me for saying, oh no, I don't do that, because I never said in my bio that I did it. You know what I'm saying? And at that point in time, you already have their money. You want to be consistent when you're first starting out, so you want to have a good amount of pictures on there before you even start promoting. I started on the 21st. I'll go through the whole timeline of like how I went through things later, but I posted, like, when I first started out, I posted like 1 to 3 pictures every day on average. And even though I didn't have a lot of pictures, like I think right now I only have like 28 pictures or something. I have 28 pictures and 6 videos right now. And you know, in theory that's still not a whole bunch, but you know, when I get to how many fans and how much money I have later, you know, you'll see that it was a gradual amount of, you know, building up of pictures and stuff like that, and I was still getting fans even without having a whole bunch of content. You just want to make sure that you have something on there. You don't want to be out here promoting, hey, come look at my page, come look at my page, and they go to your page and see that you don't have anything on there. Obviously starting out, you don't have to have 40 pictures on there, but you want to show that you're consistently on there posting things. And then lastly, like I said, a decent subscription price to reflect that you're new, that you don't or may not have a whole bunch of content on there. Because in promoting, which I'll talk about next, in promoting you'll find that there are a lot of girls out there willing to do a lot more than you, and they're setting their page at free, their free pages, or they're setting them at as little as, you know, $3 to get into their page, and they're, like I said, posting a lot more than you are willing to. And I'm saying that because, like I said, when I started this out, I only signed up because I was confident in the fact that I can make money without having to show too much. So I'm mainly talking to the girls who are a little bit more timid about it, who are confident enough to do it but timid about, you know, doing too much. Not knocking any girl that does do too much, or not even too much. It's not, if that's what you want to do, then that's enough for you. But yeah, there are girls on there that are willing to go the whole 9 yards, have sex with people on there, you know, play with themselves, do, you know, show certain parts of their bodies, put their face in it, whatever. There are girls willing to do all those things and not charge a lot of money. So you want to make sure, you know your worth and add tax, yes, but you want to make sure you're being smart about it as well. You want to make sure that you're making money. Or if you are going to set it a very high subscription price, make sure you run deals and promotionals or whatever the case may be. But just keep in mind there are people out there being a lot more ruthless than you are and charging way less for it. So just keep that in mind. Where and how I promote or promoted. So Reddit. Number one is Reddit. I post on Reddit, which I didn't even really know people utilized until I got to, you know, doing research about how to promote basically anywhere but Instagram, as far as OnlyFans go. And, you know, I came across Reddit, and basically what I do on Reddit is I find different forums that apply to me. So, and I'm gonna give you guys an idea of some of the forums that I'm a part of that I post in. Donkey booties, because like I said, I have a really nice butt. Donkey booties, melanin vixens, black OnlyFans, OnlyFans inked, hot black chicks, ebony cuties, dark angels, big boobs and asses, booty queens, hot butts, Reddit OnlyFans, adult such social network, OnlyFans _ promo. So there are different forums and communities and subreddits that you can join that literally on that whole forum is all they post about, the things that, you know, you join for type stuff. So come across a whole bunch of girls promoting their stuff, and you come across a bunch of girls showing their boobs, showing their vagina, showing, you know what I'm saying, and you'll see that they're, you know, in order to get people to come and click on their account, promo for only $3, free subscription right now, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I'm saying, like, if you're not willing to do too much on there, just keep that in mind when you're setting prices. And then remember that you can tax for messages. You can lock messages up at a set price for people to see it, and that's really where you're gonna make most of your money. You're not really gonna make it off subscriptions, so I suggest you set that low. So basically on Reddit, what I do is I find the categories or the communities. I'll go back and I'll look at where I got my most upvotes at, and those are where I'll post my heaviest things, my best work. But all in all, I'm still posting in all of those forums, and that's how you get maximum exposure. The more forums and communities and subreddits and stuff like that you can find that apply to you and your body or whatever you're trying to show off, the more likely you are to, you know, be seen by a lot of people. So I'll take like about 3 to 5 pictures of myself that I don't mind promoting on Reddit, that I don't mind, you know, similar to the things that I post on my regular OnlyFans feed. Things that if they were to get out, I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? So things that I would post on my OnlyFans regular feed that you would have to subscribe to see $7, you know, I'll give them a taste of that for free on Reddit and use that as a promotional picture. So let's say picture 1, I'll take picture 1 and post them in all the forums one day, and then take picture B and post them in all the forums next day. Take picture, you know, and I'll rotate them all out like that. So I know that if I posted picture A in Donkey Booties, Melanin Vixens, and Ebony Cuties today, I gotta post picture B in those forums. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there'll be, at the end of the day, there'll be multiple pictures of me. Not too much, because you don't want to oversaturate. And these subreddits, a lot of them, not a lot of them, but some of them do have rules, so you want to pay attention to that. A lot of them you cannot post subscribe to my OnlyFans in the title. It has to be in your comments. But at the end of the day, what it's going to look like is about 5, however many pictures you decide, 5 pictures of yourself scattered throughout multiple forums. That's how Reddit works. You will get people DMing you like, can I see this? Can I get a sneak peek? Can I da-da-da-da? I actually had a really nice guy like send me a whole bunch of subreddits to post on and promote in, and that was actually really nice. He didn't subscribe to my page, but he was like, you know, I'll help you promote, and I'll send you places that you can promote and post your stuff, and that was really nice of him. Twitter. Now, remember when I said if you don't want people to necessarily know who you are, that you have an OnlyFans, you can do all of this anonymously. I made a separate Twitter for my OnlyFans, and this is, you know, before, when I didn't really want people to know. I mean, obviously now I don't care. Hello, that's why I'm making this video. Remember how I said when I initially made my account, I had put my OnlyFans link in my bio. When I got reactivated, when I got back on OnlyFans, which I will come to soon, when I got back on OnlyFans, I ended up changing my name completely and then deleting the link from Twitter. Anyway, I just wasn't really trying to promote on my actual Twitter, wasn't trying to promote on my Instagram, wasn't trying to promote on my Snapchat, for several reasons, but just wasn't really sure what I was doing yet. Wasn't really sure how it was going to turn out. I didn't want the information that I had on OnlyFans to get into the wrong hands. There are some really nasty, just vindictive people out here, and I really wanted to protect my art, because I look at it as art, like something that I'm very confident in, and, you know, try to use it against me for their own like demonic pleasure. I just, obviously I don't care about those things anymore, but if you are among the people who don't necessarily want a whole bunch of people to know you have OnlyFans and stuff like that, you can make a separate Twitter, you can make a separate IG, you can make a separate Snapchat, and if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I also do know, on the contrary, a lot of girls that are very, very bold about it. They're very loud and proud about it, and I think either way is fine. You know, they put it right in bold in their, you know, Twitter bios, or they make a link tree for Instagram and put it there. You know what I'm saying? However you decide to go about it, you can do either one. Like, at the end of the day, it's based on you, your comfortability, it's your life, how you want to move about things. Like, other places you can promote, and I will try this. So if you guys want to know more in depth about promotion, I will continue to try different forms of promotion, but as of now, Reddit and Twitter are my main go-tos, or they have been. But I've heard about Tinder being a good place to, or just any dating app being a good place to promote. Snapchat, I have heard, is very iffy, you know, and IG as well, where you run the risk of being deleted. Pornhub, it just depends on what you're willing to post. If you are willing to go the whole mile and post things Pornhub-ish, you should promote on Pornhub. I don't have experience with that, because I'm not on there playing with myself. I'm not on there, you know, giving fellatio. I'm not on there throwing it back. So I have not promoted on Pornhub, but you can. I've heard that webcam girl, like, you know, there's like sites where you can sign up if you have a webcam and just kind of just be on there in your brown underwear and just flirting, you know, and get people to sign up that way. On certain places, you want to make sure that you are very careful as to know what they accept or allow you to post. A lot of people get around this by making a link tree. That way you're not directly posting your OnlyFans link, or that way you're not literally out loud saying, hey, come to my OnlyFans. Like, you know, you can discreetly promote that link, or your OnlyFans without having to say OnlyFans or put the actual link. Also, another way for promotion, shout outs. Don't be too above shout outs. In doing research, and I'm gonna say this a lot because this was not something that I was just like, oh, I can show my ass and get money? Okay, sign me up. Like, no, I did my research because I thought about what would I think if I was, you know, to look back at myself. What my kids think if things got out? What if things got out? You know, I thought about all of those things, so I had to look into it. I came across this girl who, you know, very proudly was like, I'll give y'all shout outs on my page and this, that, and the third. And you know, so there are girls out there willing to shout you out on their actual OnlyFans. On Twitter, when I made my account, I basically posted about 2 to 3 pictures, like Reddit. Probably basically the same pictures I had posted on Reddit already, about 2 to 3 of those pictures, and you know, pinned it to my profile and said, hey, I'm new to OnlyFans, shout out for shout out. And basically what you'll do is you'll type in OnlyFans, search on OnlyFans, and you know, find all the people that have it in their bio, or just find anybody that has sex workers or whatever in their bio and follow them. They'll all follow you back for the most part. A lot of them also have pinned tweets, so you can retweet their pinned tweet and they'll retweet yours back. Like, and then over time you can just, you know, keep changing up your pinned tweet, you know, shout out for shout out, and people will, you know, or retweet for retweet, and they'll, you know, retweet your pinned tweet with your OnlyFans link and stuff like that, as long as you do it for them. And you know, you'll get exposure. The more sex workers you follow, the more sex workers that retweet you. Like I said, there are other avenues you can take, but I can't really speak on those in depth because I haven't done it yet. But if you guys want me to do a video, I will get into those and then come back and update y'all about how that has gone for me. I have paid $20 to somebody for shout outs because, you know, there's just a pretty good amount of following. And then I have paid $35 for a whole bunch. Like, the people that I paid for the $35, they posted 2 endless pages, all for $35. So especially when you're just starting out and you're not necessarily trying to be out and, I have a fun OnlyFans, you might want to look into shout outs. There are girls that will do that for you. I'll shout you out. If you're interested, I'll shout you out. If you're interested and you sign up, and I'm gonna leave my referral link below. If you're interested and you want to sign up using my referral link or whatever, like, let me know if you ever need promotion. Granted, I don't really have a big strong following now, but when I get to the end and you see how much I do have, you might want me to promote you. Anyway, without further ado, I'm basically about to get into the nitty gritty of how much I made and, you know, how little of a time it took me to make that amount. So basically, the second time around, when I decided I don't have a boyfriend, I'm not gonna let this guy control me, he's out doing him, you know, I've been good, I never talked to anybody, I never entertained anybody, never flirted with anybody, I was loyal, you know what I'm saying, even when I knew he wasn't. So when I eventually kind of, girl, do you, you know what I'm saying, this is not your boyfriend, this is not your, you know what I'm saying, like, do you. When that clicked in my head, it was about September 18th. And I signed up again. That day it took a little bit longer for them to verify me. It took about a whole 24 hours or so. But when they verified me, I didn't immediately start posting. Because again, this was never anything that was like, oh, I'm really pressed to do this and I need the money. And then, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of just something that was like, why not? But I was, you know, just didn't really know how to move about it. So, but I didn't post anything immediately. I came back on the 21st and I had already had a subscriber and a tip. So at this time, I had set my subscription price for $15. I was like, I feel like I'm a bad bitch. I have a really nice butt. I'm worth $15 at least to see, you know, these wonderful pictures. And this was before I started promoting. This was before I started seeing girls that were posting way more skin and charging way less than $15. You feel me? But without having anything posted, somebody had paid that $15 and paid me, I think it was a $10 tip. So I had zero. I had promoted none I had posted none, and I already had a subscriber and a tip. That is when OnlyFans became fun, okay? That is when I decided, like, oh yeah, I'm definitely doing this. Like, if I had any doubts, hesitations before, no more, sis. Not after that. Long story short, somebody that has been admiring for a long time, they were very active on my Twitter page once they saw that I had posted an OnlyFans link, and I guess they just kept going back and checking to see when the link was active again, and the second that it was, they subscribed, and yeah, that's where it started. It was up from there, right? But then, you know, that one person who had already subscribed, he gave me an idea of the type of other people that'd be willing to pay that. So certain people I did send it to directly, like, hey, I made an OnlyFans. This might interest you. And they signed up, you know what I'm saying? I had 2 people pay at the $15 subscription price. And you know, was tipping me and stuff like that before I even had anything posted up. And this is another reason why I say y'all don't really have to show nothing. You don't have to show nothing, for real. You know what I'm saying? If you face card, just, granted, I don't have a really huge following on Instagram or YouTube or nothing. I really don't. But I'm pretty enough, and enough guys know my face that they have imagined what I might look like naked. They have had daydreams about what I might look like in lingerie or whatever the case may be. And just off strength that you signed up for something like OnlyFans, they would be curious. Anyway, so on the 21st, I was like, oh yeah, I'm taking this serious. So I started posting on the 21st. I already had about $20 on my account at that point in time from the tip and the subscription. Mind you, OnlyFans takes 20%. By the 22nd, so mind you, I said I started posting on the 21st. I had a couple more posts up, maybe like 4 posts at the time, maybe 5 at max. I was in the 44% of all creators with $208 and 2 fans. Here are the screenshots. I was in disbelief. I was updating my friends like every day, like, it's day 4 and I have X, Y, and Z amount of money. It's day 5 and I have, can you believe this? I already have from only 3 fans, and you know, so y'all know it's no cap. It's no cap in my rap, okay? From there, I saw an average once I really started promoting and, you know, putting it out, my information and stuff out there. That's when I started to see, okay, my subscription price is a little high. And somebody actually pointed it out to me, and it wasn't something that I was like, how dare he? You know what I'm saying? It was something that was like, business wise, that makes sense. Because if you think about it, now I'm gonna show y'all at the end how much money I make from everything, from subscriptions, from messages, from tips. I get most of my money from messages, and it's because, in part, because I set my subscription price so low, people will feel more inclined to spend a little bit more in the messages because they only paid $4, $5, $6, $7 to get in initially. You know what I'm saying? But if you're making them pay $15, $20 out the bat, and then you want them to pay $60 for you twerking in your underwear, like, what's gonna make them do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll be a little less, you know, inclined to do so. So I eventually changed my price from 15 to 17 as I started promoting and stuff like that. So it's still higher than some girls on there are. You know, like I said, there are girls who have free pages and just lock certain pictures and videos. And then there are girls on there who don't lock nothing, but it's only $3 to get in there. So 7 is still on the higher edge, but it's not where I'm completely compromising my worth, and you know, where I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not 15, it's not 3. So and 7 is my favorite number, so I was cool with 7. But from there, as soon as I started promoting and I lowered my number, set everything up the way I wanted to, and continued to post daily, I saw an average of about 1 to 2 fans every day, or every day or two. And it was just a steady incline. Like, I don't want you to think you're gonna sign on and get, you know, $400 and 3 fans, or 3 is not a lot, $400 and 10 fans in one day. Like, you're not. You have to be consistent. You have to believe in yourself. You have to put in the work. Like, the moment that you have all been waiting for. I'm so proud of myself. Before I say how much I have made since September 21st to today, October 12th, I have 72 subscribers on YouTube, and I have a little under 3,000 followers on Instagram. And mind you, honestly, it doesn't even matter how many followers I have on Instagram, because before 3-4 days ago, nobody even knew I had, nobody on my actual Instagram knew I even had an OnlyFans. So Instagram, it doesn't even matter the fact that I didn't really have a big following on Instagram, because I wasn't promoting there. It doesn't matter about YouTube either, because I wasn't, literally, I have made what I have made, what I'm about to tell y'all, I have made with nobody knowing who I was. Before I said anything on my actual pages, I only had like 4 people I personally knew that I personally sent the link to. Everyone else was solely from promotion. They had no idea who I was. They saw me on Reddit, they saw me on Twitter. And then I mentioned it on my Instagram and Snapchat. And then from there, I started getting people that, you know, oh, what's the link? What's the link? What's the link? Which now leads me to how many fans I have now? Baby, okay, let me tell you. I now have made $1,024. To you, that might sound like a lot or a little. It might sound like a little because it's really not a lot of money. But when you think about the fact that I'm just posting pictures, just posting thirst traps and suggestives, I made a stack in less than a month. But even though it is a good amount just for posting pictures in less than a month, OnlyFans, like I said, does take 20%. So although I have made $1,024, I only get to see 819 of that, which is cool. No biggie. I ain't tripping. In total, I now have 20 fans. 20 fans. And I am in the top 10% of all creators. In less than a month. Again, I say, why not? As you can see, it's broken down. You can see how much I've made per month. You can see in September alone, I started September 21st. Y'all know how many days there is after September 21st before it's October, and I made half a stack. You know what I'm saying? And then so far, you know, 12 days in October, 12 days into October, and I haven't really been promoting and stuff like that. I simply just mentioned it on my actual social media, my actual social media platforms, because I wasn't scared anymore. So like I was saying earlier, you're not going to get a whole bunch of money from your subscriptions. So I feel like, that's even more reason to set them low. But I made that much from subscription. You see, I've made most of my money from messages, and then tips are close behind. I did ask on my Instagram if anybody had any questions, and one of the questions was about tax. Aside from how you promote and stuff like that, one of the questions was about tax. When you sign up, they make you fill out a W-9, because you're basically self-employed. And after you make about $600, I believe it is, you will owe taxes come next year. So what I've seen a lot of people recommend is that you save about 20% just off bat. I believe they'll send you the form, and you'll fill it out from there, but you want to make sure that you can pay taxes back when you have to pay them back. Keep in mind that when you're doing taxes, you can write certain things off. Like, let's say once I turn this camera off, I get real nice and cute and sexy on my OnlyFans with this, fancy jumpsuit on, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever lingerie I buy to put on my OnlyFans, I can write that off. If I was to buy some silk sheets to make the background of my pictures, to give me some aesthetic in the background of my pic, I can write that off. That's mainly what all taxes is as far as it comes to OnlyFans. The 20% that OnlyFans takes out is separate from taxes. So if y'all want more videos about OnlyFans, like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you do want to know more about the functionality of OnlyFans, tips and tricks as a beginner, keeping your fans engaged, the whole watermark tips on that if you're super skeptical about putting certain risque pictures out there, whatever the case may be. Watermarking really does help you get a peace of mind. And I've also seen people put in their bio like legal action will be taken if you're found sharing my stuff. So I can go into deep of all of that, how payouts work, polls, utilizing the poll system, tip menus. Like, I can go into depth of what I already know so far as a beginner, starting out. The last things that I want to say, I chose to keep it a secret initially, just because people have been calling me a hoe since high school for their preconceived notions of who they think I am or what they think I've done. Who cares what people are gonna think? They're gonna think about you badly regardless. You could be out here doing the best work that God sent you out here to do, and somebody will still have something negative to say about you, something like, you know, do what makes you happy, and don't worry, do it unapologetically. Like, it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. I'm not putting anything out that I wouldn't be proud of if it got, you know, exposed, or that I would be ashamed of, or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, you know, if y'all want to pay $7 to be nosy and see what's going on, or, you know what I'm saying, like, go ahead. Thanks for the money in advance, but I don't care. To keep it a secret now is just kind of just like, why? I ain't wilding. And even if I was wilding, so what? These pictures are gonna get taken anyway whenever I feel like my best self, whenever I feel like a bomb badass bitch. Like, why let them go to waste? You know what I'm saying? People can see me post things like this if I wanted to for free, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, send heart eyes and stuff like that. Why not have them send money instead? So final thoughts and advice, I'm just gonna leave it at, go for it. I feel like if you've made it this far to the video and you needed a sign if you should do it or not, do it. Like I said, I will leave my referral link below. Please sign up. It's fun. To me, it's fun. If you have fun with angles and the things that you put on in their pictures and the lighting and stuff like that, you'll never have to show anything. Just have fun and be confident in what you are posting, and people will be more, you know, grasped by the artistry behind your pictures instead of like the body parts, you know what I'm saying? Because they can go and watch this stuff for free on Pornhub, but they're here for you. They're here for you. So just keep that in mind. If you're hesitant, wait, do more research about it. I wouldn't do it if you're not, you know, confident, because you might do things that you know you'll regret later. If you are hesitant, you're not going to know what boundaries you need to set for yourself. And so, you know, when somebody does ask you for a picture or a video that you're not willing to send, you might just send it just because, you know, you were never sure or confident from jump what you were really doing. And, you know, so go for it if you are confident enough, you think you'll have fun in the center, but don't do it if you have reservations. Do more research, sit on it, pray on it, whatever you need to do. Be prepared for what people are going to think and what they're going to say. People are going to have their opinion. There are going to be people out there who love to watch porn for free, but the second that somebody's getting paid for doing, you know, what they want to do, sex work wise, it's, oh, you're this and you're that, slut shaming. And people are going to have things to say, but just know that that has nothing to do with you, and it has everything to do with them and how they feel about themselves and whatever internal battle that they're going on inside. Because what you have going on with yourself and with your body, with your money, has nothing to do with them. Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, nobody that's getting money, nobody that really loves themselves, nobody that's a good person, nobody that is focused on themselves, you know what I'm saying, has time to sit down and think or speak on something that anybody else is doing. Lastly, be prepared to handle outrageous requests. Fans in general, inquiries. I've had like at least 2 people now think that now that I have OnlyFans and I'm charging you to see my thirst traps and stuff like that, that means that my camera died. But basically, to wrap this all up, what I was saying was, I'm not meeting with anybody. I don't care how much you offer me. I'm not pressed for money. I'm not on here, oh, I'm desperate for money, so I'm gonna do anything, like, nah. I'm not meeting up with anybody. I'm not having sex with anybody. I'm not even doing, nothing physical. People have asked if I'm doing features on there, like if they can be on it and stuff like that. I'm not having sex with anybody on there. You know, like, no. Honestly, the main reason why I'm doing this is to release the sexual tension that I'm not actually putting out there. You know, that doesn't mean I stop feeling myself. That doesn't mean I stop being attractive to myself. That, you know what I'm saying? So the thirst traps that I would be sending out if I did have a boyfriend, if I was talking to somebody, why just have them sit in my folder, in my camera roll? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you guys want more in-depth videos about other topics concerning OnlyFans, let me know in the comments. Like this video if you know this was helpful to you. If you decide to sign up, my referral link is below. Also, my OnlyFans link is below as well if y'all want to take a look. If you want to subscribe, if you want ideas about what to put in your bio, what your header or profile picture should look like, all of that is below. Yeah, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. I promise it won't be another year before you see me again, but yeah.